All right, so yeah, it's going to be a little session on the 3 emotional regulation systems, and then we'll do some practice as usual. So I'll share my screen. So this is a model by Paul Gilbert, who is quite big in the mindfulness world. He talks about 3 different emotional regulation systems that we can access at different points during the day and in our life generally. He describes them in terms of 3 different colors. There's blue, green, and red. Any ideas what these might refer to? I know Nikki does, because you've
yeah, I loved it. I love this system. I've never heard of it before. You taught me the other day.
So if you think about the different states that you can get into in any day, in any given day, what sort of states might they be? Any thoughts?
Calm.
Yeah, calm.
Centered.
Okay, so that's the green system. So he calls that soothing. But yeah, it's calm. Yeah, about calming down.
What about flow state? Like when you're kind of like you're in a state of focus. You're not kind of hyper, but you're in flow. Is that also the green?
It's interesting. I wonder if it might be green, or it might be a sort of a mixture of all 3, because what this system isn't doing is not demonizing any of the states. So the other 2 are a bit more energetic. So any ideas?
Overactive, kind of emotional, over emotional, kind of anxious.
You said
angry.
I would say anxious probably goes into the red.
Yeah.
So that would be, so he calls it the threat system. So this is your sort of classic fight, flight, freeze states of mind. You get this long. Oh, we've got Helen just about to join us, so I'll pause and let Helen in and say hello to Helen and pick up the thread when she's here with us. She's taking a while to come in. Are you there, Helen? Are you with us? You're on mute at the moment. Let us know if you're with us. We're just going through a teaching at the moment.
Okay, lovely. Thank you. That's great.
Hey, nice to see you.
Hi. I'm pleased I haven't caught you in the middle of a meditation. I was a bit worried.
No, we're going to start that in about 10 minutes. That's fine. Lovely that you're with us.
Thank you.
So, Helen, I'm just going through a little system that's been developed by a guy called Paul Gilbert, who's big in the mindfulness world. And he talks about 3 different emotional regulation systems. So this is like different ways that we can be in any given moment. So we've already covered a couple of them. So the first one is sort of the calming, soothing state of mind. When you're sitting, drinking a cup of tea, maybe, you're resting for a minute, looking out the window. That's your sort of soothing, calming system. You've got your threat system, and this is your classic fight, flight, freeze states. So you get this great big huge number of emails in your inbox and you go, oh my god, too much, can't cope. So you get into a sort of this freeze state, or somebody sends you a narky email and I'm not going to have that, so you write another narky email back to them. So that's all of your threat system. What about the blue? What do you think that could be? Any thoughts?
Is there like a joyful one, a happy, excited state?
Excited is touching on it, Lisa. Yeah, definitely. It's interesting. Happy, we can explore that in a bit, but yeah, definitely the excited. I'd say the excited is part of it.
Is it flight? Is it like wanting to run away?
No, I would say that's in the threat, the red system, Helen. So blue, as Paul Gilbert puts it, is achievement.
Ah, okay.
So when you said excitement, Lisa, I think that's part of it, right? So you're really you're really up for the fact that you've just got a big win at work, and you feel delighted by that. And it's like that yes feeling, yeah. So
Yeah.
when you said excited, it made me think of that big yes response. Any ideas which hormones are associated with these different states of mind, just out of interest? Doesn't matter if you don't.
Oxytocin.
Love, yeah.
Is that soothing and calm? That's the cuddle hormone, isn't it?
That's the cuddle hormone. So apparently if you give a cuddle for about at least 15 seconds, it releases oxytocin, which is the sort of love hormone, so you feel fluffy. Any ideas for the others?
What is dopamine? Is that, which one's that?
Achievement, isn't it?
Dopamine's in achievement, yeah, that's right.
Or dopamine you get when you anticipate something. It's why we all get addicted to Facebook, because it's anticipation of
exactly.
likes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's excitement. Yeah.
You get a like on Facebook. It's this tiny little dose of dopamine coming your way at that moment.
Quite addictive, isn't it? It's addictive.
Yeah, quite
addictive. Serotonin, that's a happy one, isn't it? Making you feel happy.
Serotonin, yeah. I think it's technically not a hormone.
Oh, interesting.
It's but yeah, it's sort of in the soothing, calming era. There is another one in the soothing, calming, which is endorphins.
Oh, that's interesting. So that comes because you get endorphins when you go for a run, don't you? So that's why it calms you down.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
So this is where it's your body's natural painkiller. So when you've been for a run, you might know if you've had some aches and pains, you might notice that they're not there so much after you've been for a run, because your body's released these endorphins, which reduces your pain.
You get when you laugh, you get endorphins as well, don't you?
Is that right, Nix? You're probably right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know.
There's laughter yoga. When if you've ever done laughter yoga, or everybody laughs and everybody joins in, you feel really calm afterwards. It's a bit like having a yoga session.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, we should probably try a bit more of that then. Okay. What about the threat system, the fight, flight, freeze? Anyone know what hormones are associated with that?
Cortisol.
Cortisol. Yeah.
Adrenaline.
Yeah. That's it. Those are the two I had in mind. Adrenaline. Yeah. And you know what those hormones do to your body? Any ideas?
Make your heart beat.
Yeah, exactly, Helen. Yeah, it makes your heart beat faster. Adrenaline also makes your muscles contract. And the idea with that, the evolutionary function of that is that say you see this saber-toothed tiger in the savannah, and you're in your fight, flight, freeze. It pumps all of your blood to the extremities, so it makes you ready to run, and it makes your heart go faster so that you can respond quickly. So those are the three systems, and of course they're all useful, right? So if you're about to step out in front of a bus, it's really important that we have the fight, flight, freeze response. It's like, God, I've got to get out of the way, and great that we have a sense of achievement. We need to be able to get things done, to live under a roof, to get our food. So we need to achieve things, and it's great to be able to get into a place of calm and connection, resting, digesting. So all of these systems are important, but trouble is sometimes we end up sort of ping-ponging a little bit between these two. So if if you imagine, you know, you've got a busy day at work, whatever it is, you've got quite a few emails to attend to, and you want to achieve something, you want to get it all done, but then you're sort of feeling a bit stressed, you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, you know, your body's releasing all of these hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, and we end up kind of ping-ponging a bit between these two, and often don't really get into the sort of the third realm, the soothing and the calming. But
can I say, when I go into the soothing and calming,
what's it like for you? Yeah, that was my next question.
I was going to say, I notice if I go into soothing and calming for too long, I get stressed because I think, oh, I'm being lazy, and then I go into achievement.
Okay,
that's like so me. Well, you know this about me. Oh, no, we've been chilling out too much. We need to go for a run. We need to do something. I need to achieve.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe are you there going from the soothing, calming state into the fight, flight, freeze?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I think it's bad news to be too calm for too long.
Yeah. Well, maybe it is. Maybe you'll just not get your shit done. You know. You know. So yeah, we're not demonizing any of these states. So we're just saying that they're different ways of being. What about others? Which of these do you feel like you get into, and how does it go for you? Is it fairly
I'm in the
balanced?
red quite a lot.
You're in the red quite a lot, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Yeah,
common.
I probably am as well.
Yeah.
I think I feel a little bit what Nikki feels when I do try and when I'm in a soothing, calm place. I think a lot of people think of me as quite a calm person, but I don't think I am under the surface.
Right.
If I get into that place, I think I start to feel a bit guilty or feel a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guilt is an interesting one, because in a way we're kind of giving ourselves a hard time. So we're sort of fighting ourselves. So in a way we're still in the sort of threat zone with guilt. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. How about you, Helen?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the soothing one is so important. I just think it's really, I really love feeling like after my yoga, I just love it, and I just feel, if you feel really calm and chilled, I think it's really creative as well. So
Yeah.
I just feel it's so important, and I think it, like, I guess it for some reason, I don't know, sorry, you caught me in the afternoon, but like when you soothe the baby, you know, they just feel so chilled, and I think it's a shame that we feel that we've always got to kind of step up, because I don't think necessarily, I like to get myself into the zone, and I can be quite slow. Yeah. This is very addictive. The red one is quite dangerous, the red one. So you've got to have.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is that the hormones in the red zone get released instantly, because it's the fight, flight, freeze. So all of a sudden you're in, you know, it's a big hit, but the oxytocin and the endorphins take longer to come into effect.
Right.
So actually to be able to stay in that zone a bit longer is important for the hormones to actually operate in our system. So yeah, there we go. There's the three systems, and yeah, it's a useful way of looking at things, isn't it? And the idea with mindfulness practice is that it does allow us to drop into the green system, but it's not to say that that's the only system worth having. You know, we need to be able to access all of them. It's just that a lot of the time we tend to ping pong between the blue and the red. So being able to go into the green gives us choice about how to be more creative with the way we're responding to our situation, and it can help to avoid burnout. You know, so a bit of stress is necessary, isn't it? If we look here, you know, if you've got no stress, you feel lame, you're inactive and bored. You need some stress to kind of get to your peak performance. But yeah, being able to drop into the green zone just gives us that choice, and allows us to sort of regulate our system better often. Yeah, so stop the share there. So let's do a bit of practice. So if you want to get yourself set up for meditation, find a comfortable position. So you can spend a few moments just taking in your surroundings, actually. Just notice what's around you. You've probably been looking at it all day, but seeing if you can look at it again with fresh eyes. What's here right in front of you? And then if you feel comfortable, just closing your eyes, then sensing into your body a bit more. Seeing if you can feel your feet, bum on the chair. Seeing if you can have a sense of giving your weight over to the chair. Maybe that helps your muscles just to relax a bit. And you can just notice the quality of your mind. Are you quite busy in your mind? Are you quite restless? Feel quite still? Seeing if you can tune into your emotions, how you're feeling right now. And all emotions are welcome in this space. If it's hard to identify that, that's fine. So just notice how busy your mind is and seeing if you can stay anchored now for a few minutes just on your breathing. And whenever you become distracted, just come back to your breathing. Come back to how you're feeling emotionally. Just like the rolling in and out of waves on the beach. Notice as your breath comes and goes. We're trying to cultivate this sense of well-wishing for ourselves as well. It's like we're trying to say to ourselves, I'm on your side. I'm with you here. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just exploring the breathing. You can notice whether your breath feels deep, long, or if it's a bit short and shallow. The great thing about the breath is that while we're living, it's always there. So we can always return to the breathing, which helps us return to a sense of the body, which helps us let go of our thinking. If you get bored and restless, you can notice what that feels like in your body. How does that show up? If you get drawn into thinking, just see if you can let your thoughts go like clouds in the sky. You don't have to think about them. We're just going to keep this going for about 2 more minutes. We practice silently, so in silence there's often more of a chance that the mind will drift away. So see if you can catch it. Just bringing it back again to the breathing. Don't worry if you can't stay with it for very long. All of this is just good practice, which will build up over time. It all has an effect. Okay, for the last few moments, just let go of any effort you've made to stay with the breathing. And in a moment, I'll ring the bell to bring practice to a close. Begin to open your eyes and bring your attention back into the room. So we've gone a fraction over time there. So if you want to dash off, that's fine. Feel free. I'm happy to stay for a few more minutes if you'd like to, but just do what seems right. It's always nice to practice with other people, isn't it?
Yeah. That's good.
Really nice. Thank you.
Yeah, take good care, Lisa. Sending loads of love your way.
Thank you. Thank you. That was lovely. That was really needed. Thank you. It's hard to harder to focus on the breath, but it really relaxed everything. Realized how much I needed it. So thank you.
Good. Yeah. Glad to hear that. Okay. How about you, Helen? You all right?
I'm fine, thank you. I just want to say sorry to hear Lisa's news. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really hard.
Thank you.
Okay. Take care, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Take care, Lisa.
Thank you. See
Really.
I'm sorry to hear news.
Thank
Bye for now.
Best wishes. Bye.
you. Bye.